Vauxhall's Astra plug-in hybrid offers family hatch customers undecided about the switch into full EV motoring an appealing interim option. There's a useful EAER-rated electric driving range of up to 42 miles, fashionable looks, fast battery replenishment times and an eager petrol engine for longer trips. Plus an estate model option if you want something a whole lot more practical than an SUV. Sounds promising. In the automotive world, EVs are in everyone's thoughts right at present, and if not EVs, then SUVs. Yet there remains a significant group of motorists who don't want either of these things. They see the need for electrification, but they don't want the limitations of an EV. They share a desire for a more fashionable family car, but for them that isn't delivered by an SUV. For these people, Vauxhall's Astra plug-in hybrid could be ideal. It competes in the growing PHEV subsection of the family hatchback segment, started by the Golf GTE and now also populated by plug-in hybrid versions of the Peugeot 308 and the DS4. Plus, if you've more to spend, PHEV versions of the Audi A3 and the Mercedes A-Class. Lots of choice in the class then. Why would you select this Astra in preference? Let's take a look. There's very much an EV style feel here, thanks to the way that, like most plug-in hybrids, this one reverts to electric power as long as there's charge in its battery. And that means that you start up and pull off in impressive silence, plus manoeuvring at low speeds, and most of your town work will also be done emissions free. The powertrain on offer here is the usual one that the Stellantis group fits to its plug-in models. A 1.6 litre turbo petrol unit producing 148 horsepower, alloyed to a single electric motor delivering the same output. The combined maximum in the mainstream hybrid 180 variant being 178 horsepower and 360 newton meters of torque. There's an 8-speed auto gearbox, and the electric motor is powered by a 12.4 kilowatt-hour battery, which with the 180 PS powertrain that we're trying here, Vauxhall reckons can take the car up to 42 miles, that's EAER-rated, on electricity alone, and all the way up to an EV top speed of 84 miles an hour. For that, there's a dedicated pure electric mode. Shift out of that and employ the engine, and rest to 62 miles an hour can be dispatched in 9.3 seconds on the way to a top speed of 140 miles an hour. If you want to go faster, you can talk to your dealership about the pricier, more powerful hybrid 225 variant, which offers 225 PS and has to be had with sporty GSE trim featuring lowered, stiffer suspension. The GSE 225 variant gets to 62 miles an hour in 7.7 seconds and has a 40-mile EV range. Either way, the PHEV powertrain adds quite a bit of weight to this car's EMP2 platform, but that shouldn't be particularly obvious unless you really start throwing the car about. Unless you happen to notice the extra charging flap or the different badging, there's no real way to guess that this is a plug-in hybrid Astra, which is entirely as most customers will want. Present and correct in both hatch and sports tourer estate versions of this more striking looking 8th generation model is the visor style front end that in recent times has been adopted for the brand's Mocha and Grandland SUVs. It's flanked by sparkling LED headlights, upgraded at the top of the range to IntelliLux status, which gives each lamp 84 individual LED elements. There are also larger wheel arches housing bigger rims of 16 to 18 inches. Now, size-wise, at 4,374mm long and 1,860mm wide, this Mark 8 Astra is fractionally longer than its predecessor, but sits 15mm lower. It's radically different inside too, thanks to the introduction of Vauxhall's Pure Panel design, which banishes buttons and is based around sophisticated 10-inch centre screen and instrument screens. The centre monitor incorporates wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring, plus an IntelliVision 360-degree panoramic parking camera, and there's the option of a head-up display. There's no conventional handbrake, just a small switch, and for the automatic gearbox you get a sliding selector in place of the usual stick, which frees up space for extra storage and an additional cup holder. The 13mm increase in wheelbase length that on this 8th generation Astra has improved space for rear seat passengers also provides for a larger cargo area, though that falls in size with this plug-in model from 422 to 352 litres. With the Sports Tourer Estate, the reduction is from 608 to 548 litres. As usual with the PHEV, there's quite a price premium to pay for being able to plug in. At the time of our test in early 2023, pricing for the mainstream 180 PS plug-in hybrid model started at just over £37,000 for a hatch with the base GS trim level. Just over £40,000 got you the choice of the 180 PS version of this power plant with the plush ultimate spec that we have here, or the 225 PS version of this powertrain with sporty GSE trim. There's also a Sports Tourer Estate plug-in hybrid variant offered at an extra £1,200 premium, but that's only available with base GS spec. For reference, these prices represent around £8,000 more than you'd pay for a petrol auto Astra, or around £7,000 more than a diesel auto model. Still, on any plug-in Astra you can expect plenty of equipment for the money, with features like full LED headlights, digital instrument dials and standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone mirroring for the centre dash screen. You can specify your Astra with the large 18-inch wheels we have here. Base models have 17-inch rims. And you can also add the optional two-tone paint finish that features with this test car. The heated front seats developed in-house are certified by the AGR. That's a German organisation who campaign for healthier backs, and they claim to be exceedingly comfortable for long journeys. You only get this AGR design for the driver with the base GS trim level. He or she will be supported by state-of-the-art assistance systems ranging from the IntelliHUD head-up display to the semi-automated IntelliDrive assistance system and the IntelliVision 360-degree camera. And the brand expects the intelligent IntelliLux headlights to draw attention to the top Ultimate and GSC models, which use those state-of-the-art LED pixel lights. Now, safety features you can expect on all models include extended traffic sign recognition, rear cross traffic alert and active lane positioning, which keeps the car in the middle of the driving lane. As we mentioned in our driving experience section, up to 42 miles of EAER-rated battery running is claimed from this Astra Hybrid 180 PS model. It's up to 40 miles for the 225 PS GSE version, while CO2 is rated at between 23 and 25 grams per kilometre. That means an affordable 8% BIK tax rating. There's the usual rather fictitious three-figure PHEV combined cycle fuel reading, in this case 256 miles to the gallon for both versions. You can maximise efficiency by regular activation of the provided B gearbox button, which emphasises regenerative braking, harvesting energy as you cruise or brake to replenish the battery. From a household plug, both Astra plug-in hybrid variants can be replenished in 5.5 hours. Plug into a 3.6 kilowatt home wall box or public charger and replenishment will take 3.5 hours. Connected up to a 7 kilowatt home wall box or public charger, you can reduce that to 1 hour and 55 minutes. If you do have a 7 kilowatt home wall box, it would make sense to pay Vauxhall the extra £500 it wants to upgrade the car's standard 3.7 kilowatt onboard charger to 7 kilowatt status, which would halve the vehicle charging time. So that you don't have to use valuable charging energy with the climate fan cooling or heating the interior when you first get into the vehicle, the Astra plug-in hybrid offers a thermal preconditioning function. Insurance for the 180 PS plug-in hybrid model lies between 26E and 28E. It's Group 31E for the 225 PS GSC plug-in variant. Rather against the odds, given its vanilla history and current shared Stellantis Group engineering, this Astra plug-in hybrid stands out as arguably the most interesting choice in its class. To drive, it's obviously not that much different to the Peugeot 308 and DS4 models that share its PHEV powertrain, but this Vauxhall's stylish to look at and avant-garde to sit in. They'd never have imagined that an Astra would cost around £40,000 either, but if you can make that figure work for you or your company accountant, then all the other stats add up very nicely, particularly those relating to efficiency. The Astra has evolved, and if you want to see by just how much, then try one of these.